What's going on, Cowboys fans and friends of the channel? Because I know mock drafts bring a bunch of friends, not only to this channel, but to everybody's channel. It's your boy Foots the King as always. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Right now, this is what I need you guys to do, all right? I put in a lot of work on this 2-round edition, all right? 2-round, and I got a crazy trade. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. This trade is kind of crazy. I need y'all to, right now, hit the like button, hit the share button, send this around to your cousin, your auntie, all that good stuff. You guys always support me. Make sure you guys keep doing that. Now, before I get into this mock draft, because this is serious, this isn't just for Cowboys fans, this is for every fan of every team in the NFL. You want to see your team grow, you want to see your team develop, well, guess what? You need to be right here on this channel, not only to just see this mock draft, but to see, you know, I do some player breakdowns, I'm going to be doing some comparisons. So just because the Cowboys have him pegged or, you know, a team in the NFC East or whatever has them pegged, you still may hear something or see something that will make you like this player or that may make you not like this player. So before I get to this mock draft, let me just say one thing. This is mine. This is Foots. I'm Foots the King. This is my mock draft. So this is just kind of like what I'm thinking, how I'm thinking things may go down. Obviously, Kyler Murray is pretty much a lock to go 1 unless something crazy happens. And crazy things do happen unless somebody gives away, you know, a boatload of picks for him. But we'll see what happens. But nonetheless, all I say is when you come in the comment section, with your ammo loaded, ready to talk ball, and ready to kind of make points as to why you think this may and may not happen. At the end of the day, whether it's Mel Kiper or whether it's Foots, who knows what these teams are going to do. Nobody has, you know, that amount of plugs in these front offices. And I'll tell you another thing when it comes to mock draft season and, you know, prospect season and combine season and pretty much off season. And that's why I wanted to wait before I did this mock, because I didn't want to do one right after the combine, simply because I knew free agency was coming. You got the AB trade. You have even, look at the Cowboys, just picked up Randall Cobb. Maybe they're not in the market for a receiver. I never thought they were in that market, but, you know, they kind of cover themselves. You have, you know, the Jets getting a running back and Le'Veon Bell. So all these things are happening. So I didn't want to put out a mock and then have to do another one. All that said, just come in the comment section and let's talk ball and let's see, okay, why do you like this player? Well, maybe he doesn't fit there. Maybe he does. Okay, cool. So let's get to round 1. Oh, and before I get started, I'm not going to go over every pick. I do have notes on just about every pick, but I'm not going to go over every pick. I'm going to kind of skim through each round. I'm going to get to this crazy trade that I have for the Cowboys. And then we'll kind of just talk about, you know, some of my favorites and some of the fits that I really like. All right, round 1, pick 1. We all know that Cliff Kingsbury is a big Kyler Murray guy. He's defending them time and time again, so that's pretty much a no-brainer. Now, let's jump down. Well, it's not really a jump, but let's go to San Francisco. All right, so John Lynch, coming out the booth, coming from doing TV, which he was pretty good on TV, he now needs to start picking some good players, okay? So Solomon Thomas, bust, all right? We just got to call it what it is. He hasn't been good on the edge. I think that he needs to be playing inside, but right now, he just hasn't been good. I think that Nick Bosa, I don't even think that Nick Bosa has the highest ceiling, but I think he's like the safest pick in this draft, and it's really because of what he does against the run. You think about Reuben Foster, Thomas, his best pick really has been what? Kittle. He needs to start hitting on some players. I gave them Nick Bosa. That's not really a surprise to you guys. Quinnen Williams to the Jets. So I think that Quinnen Williams coming in, being able to rush from the middle, I think that's a big pickup for the Jets. Now, the Oakland Raiders, pre-AB, maybe you would have thought DK Metcalf, because that was, you know, that was the Oakland way. They wanted you to run fast. They wanted you to be big. They wanted type, you know, those type receivers. Well, AB happened. They seem like they're so happy. Now, don't rule out a quarterback here. I don't know if Oakland is for sure locked in on Derek Carr. So don't rule out a quarterback here. Me personally, I think that the Oakland Raiders, they need to just get good football players. That's why I gave them Rashawn Gary. I love Rashawn Gary because if nothing else, Rashawn Gary is he's just a good damn football player. He can play inside, he can play outside. Maurice Hurst gave them some good production last year. I think that Rashawn Gary on that defense will be just a major. It would just be, you know, what the Oakland Raiders need to really get that Oakland Raiders. That was my Chris Berman impression. The Oakland Raiders. They need to get back on track and actually play some good defense. No more drafting Obi Melifonwu's guys who you got to project. This Rashawn Gary, and I'll tell y'all a quick story about Rashawn Gary. I got a buddy that actually plays at Penn State. His name is Rasheed Walker. He's from the Maryland area. And he told me Rashawn Gary was one of the best players he's ever seen up close. Like his explosiveness and how big he is, he's gonna be special. All right, guys, jumping down to number 6. So on NFL Network, all over right now, they're talking about Dwayne Haskins, and it's kind of funny. Dwayne Haskins has always been on 1. Kyler Murray obviously is gonna jump to 1 because of the connection between him and Cliff Kingsbury. But I just think that swagger-wise, leadership-wise, I just think that Dwayne Haskins is gonna have a better career. He's bigger. He's more of a pocket presence quarterback, and he's smart. And you watch him interview. He's from the Maryland area as well. Well, he's actually from New Jersey, but he played in Maryland. Has a big arm. He's a solid body. I think he's a better version of Teddy Bridgewater. So if you're telling me I'm going to get an accurate quarterback who can translate to the league, like there's a lot of unknowns with Kyler Murray. So everybody's saying, you know, they're going to come in, they're going to run this offense, it's going to be great. I'm trying to tell you, Steve Spurrier tried to do that stuff. You get a bunch of these college coaches who everybody's chasing that college coach to kind of reinvent the wheel, i.e. Sean McVay. It always doesn't work out like this. So all in all, I just want people to understand, like, Kyler Murray's not a safe pick. He's really not. He's small as crap. You know, he wouldn't remeasure at his pro day. He has all these stipulations. I think that he has supreme talent, but I think Dwayne Haskins does too. So I think that Dwayne Haskins is the safest quarterback prospect I've seen in a long, long time. I mean, I don't love any of these guys. Like, none of these guys are home run hitters. If Dwayne Haskins could come sit behind Eli for like 5 games, they start slumming, and throw Dwayne Haskins in there and let him start making plays, and you have the future, him and Saquon. I love the pick. All right, guys, so let's jump down to the Denver Broncos. Chris Harris is getting older. They need to upgrade that position. I think that Greedy Williams by far is the smoothest, polished corner I've seen coming out in a long, long time. You know, he doesn't have the hype of like a Denzel Ward because he didn't like, I don't know why he doesn't have that hype, but I'm telling you right now, trust in my eyes, I really, really like Greedy Williams. All right, let's jump down to number 12 and the Green Bay Packers. I think that this is a no-brainer. You got to get better up the middle. You need to get your defense more stout. What do? You drafted Devin White, who sideline to sideline has a little bit of issues taking on trash. But I think because he was scouted as a running back. So he was a high school running back. He could really, really move. He's still learning how to play the linebacker position, but he plays with so much passion. Green Bay has to get their defense together. You pair him with Jair Alexander, some young speed on that defense. I really, really like it. All right, guys, here we go. I gave the Atlanta Falcons Ed Oliver. I think this is a no-brainer for Dan Quinn's defense. Now, number 15, the Washington Redskins get Montez Sweat. So to me, that is the perfect replacement for Preston Smith. I actually think he's an upgrade over Preston Smith. You see what he did at the Combine. He's long, he's super athletic. You need DNs that can move in space. You need DNs that have more than one tool in their bag. Now that we're seeing the way that he worked out and it matches his production, his workout, I really like Montez Sweat to the Skins. Listen, don't go draft Daniel Jones. To be honest, the Skins, they're not close. So suck it up a year with freaking Case Keenum and whoever else you got. I don't know, Alex Smith, we know Alex Smith didn't come back, but, you know, Colt McCoy, just stink it up here. Don't do something stupid like draft a receiver, DK Metcalf or whoever. No, freaking just go and get the DN, continue to get your defense better, and I think that makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah, let me jump back to pick number 7 really, really quick. I know I'm all over the place. I do like the Jacksonville Jaguars getting DK Metcalf, and the reason why is because you have Nick Foles. What does Nick Foles do best? Heave, ho, who's back there? Alshon Jeffrey. I don't know, triple coverage. Alshon, come down with it. I think that is DK Metcalf's skill set. High point, fades, 9 routes, DK Metcalf. So I think that makes sense. He blew up the Combine. I think that he will be the first receiver off the board. All right, guys. Scrolling down a little bit, I think that Minnesota gets a steal on Andre Dillard. I think that Pittsburgh gets their Ryan Shazier replacement in Devin Bush. Now, this pick makes a lot of sense. Again, a shorter player in stature, but dog, you talking about an animal. You talking about a player that plays physical at the point. He's London Fletcher on steroids. I really like Devin Bush. I remember he did the whole thing against Michigan State where he's stomping their logo. Like, that's the type of player I want on my team. So I really think this makes a lot of sense for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They need to get back to playing solid defense. You lost AB. Run the ball a little bit. You lost Le'Veon. Run the ball, play defense. Throw the ball to Juju Smith-Schuster. Then stop going on your TV show and being you know what. Okay, so the Baltimore Ravens getting the Kill Harry. I think that this makes a lot of sense as well. Get Lamar Jackson a big target to where he doesn't have to be super, super accurate. You can just throw it up to N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry is honestly my favorite receiver in this draft, but kind of flew under the radar because of the 40. I still think that he's very polished. I like N'Keal Harry. I've liked him. I think that, you know, Herm Edwards kind of brought a lot more publicity his way, but if you're a underground, you know, scout and underground draft fan like me, you already knew what N'Keal Harry was about. Houston gets their Honey Badger replacement. I like Taylor Rapp. I wanted Dallas to draft Taylor Rapp, but this is the way that he fell in this mock draft. The Oakland Raiders get Rock Ya-Sin. Now, Rock Ya-Sin has that wrestling background. Again, more physical, good football player. So they get him at 24. I just think that he's really good in man, gets his hands on you. Just a physical football player. I think he makes a lot of sense. Then they come back at pick number 27 and get Brian Burns. To me, that would be the steal of the draft for them. They have Arden Key. Now you can pair him up with Brian Burns. Like, you can never have enough good defensive ends. You can never have enough good corners. Send these guys off the edge. A lot of defenses, will start doing like what Marinelli does. You can have a DN that can rush from a 3-tech and start doing some quick things to these guards who are used to banging with pluggers. So do all of these things with these DNs. I think that now, obviously, Arden Key, you don't want to move him inside, but you can do some different things with Brian Burns that I think the Oakland Raiders, they can use. They don't need to get cute here and start drafting a bunch of offensive finesse players. This is a heavy defensive draft. Just get better talent. All right, guys, and then to round up the end of the first round, we got the LA Chargers. I was about to say the San Diego Chargers going Christian Wilkinson. Kansas City going Dexter Lawrence. I love this pick for the Green Bay Packers, getting Jonathan Abram, a fly around, just a missile. He will come knock you. Yeah. Sometimes he looks kind of goofy in coverage, but for the most part, I really like Jonathan Abram. And then obviously, this is what the Patriots do. You know, they get an injured Jeffrey Simmons, and then he'll come back in 2 years and just be amazing. So let's go to round 2. All right, guys. So in round 2, I have the Dallas Cowboys taking. I'm not gonna get there just yet. So top of the second round, I do have the Arizona Cardinals going Paris Campbell. Now, I think that this will be a steal. Has that big play, ability. Now you pair him with the Kyler Murray. Now you're cooking with grease. And for whatever, Lord knows what Cliff Kingsbury wants to do, he has his big play. He has kind of that Marquise Brown, that Hollywood Brown that Kyler Murray had in college. So I think that could be like a really good pair. I just made it make sense. Hopefully you guys agree with it. Now, let's jump down to pick 37. Here we go. I do have the Cowboys trading a Mr. La'el Collins to the New York Giants for their pick in the second round. Just a straight trade. Now, Cowboys fans are probably throwing rocks at the screen right now. I just don't see Jerry Jones sitting back in the first round and just watching the draft happen before him. He likes to get active. I also think that we have so many resources on the offensive line. Joe Looney, Xavier Su'a-Filo. You think about Connor Williams, who I think is out of position. So what you're going to do is you're going to ship away La'el Collins, all right? He's giving you some good years, but has he really been like a stud? No, not really. But would he be the best thing on the Giants offensive line? Yes, he would. So you send him to New York, and now you get your ball-hawking safety in Juan Thornhill. Okay, so Taylor Rapp is off the board, but that's okay because Juan Thornhill he blew up the combine. Like, he made me go back and really fall back in love with his tape. I saw him kind of catching tackles. I saw him really kind of not even stepping up. But, for what Dallas would use him for, and that sideline to sideline, that's coming down, being a cover guy. You see a super explosive athlete. You see great hips. You see the ability to be able to turn and run, be able to carry tight ends. I think that Juan Thornhill, and he has some production on the ball, being able to take the ball away. You lost out on Earl Thomas. You don't know what's going to happen with Eric Berry. I'm not even really sure that I want an injured Eric Berry. Give me Juan Thornhill. Ship out La'el Collins. Sorry, Cowboys fans. I got to think outside the box. I think this makes sense for me. Okay, guys, I got the Denver Broncos going Irv Smith. I think that this will be another, kind of good pickup for Joe Flacco. Maybe they get a quarterback later, but John Elway has missed on quarterbacks. So to me, he just needs to get good players. If he can get Irv Smith, I like Irv Smith. I know everybody likes Noah Fant and TJ Hawkinson. TJ Hawkinson is my one, but Irv Smith, I really like what he can be able to do in an offense like Denver. All right, so then we jump down to Green Bay. So I went back-to-back linebackers with Green Bay at pick 44. You guys can see the rest of this draft. It's on the screen, right or left. I don't know which way I'm going to edit it, but right or left. So you guys can see the rest of this draft. I have the Green Bay Packers going Mack Wilson. Okay, so now the middle of their defense is in control. Now they're cooking with grits because as much as they want to get Aaron Rodgers back on track, they need to play defense, like straight up. Now, 46. This is a great pick for the Washington Redskins. If they are able to secure a Deebo Samuels, one of my favorite receivers in this draft, I think the Redskins fans will be happy. Josh Doctson, he's been a waffle. Let's be honest. Redskins fans, he's been a waffle. Like, his best year is 500 yards. Michael Gallup had that last year. So Josh Doctson, he hasn't been the player that you drafted him to be. Bring in Deebo Samuels, You just lost Jamison Crowder. You need weapons. I think that this guy could probably, and you know what, he'll help Case Keenum, but you're drafting these players, and this draft is going to be for the quarterback that you do eventually draft. You don't want to make the mistake and draft Daniel Jones, and you'll probably be wiped out with the other quarterbacks. All right, guys, and then I go to pick 52. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers get a steal in Nasir Adderley. Some other high notes from me. I thought that Philly got a steal in Trayvon Mullen. They need to be able to cover. You know, Sidney Jones hasn't lived up to what Philly thought that he would be. I think Trayvon Mullen, Clemson corner, can do some things. And then Houston. So Houston getting Josh Jacobs is interesting to me. I don't think that any of these running backs are really great, but I think that Jacobs, and I do like David Montgomery, but none of these guys jump off tape. And even Jacobs, he's just kind of like, like I hear everybody calling him Alvin Kamara, but I kind of just need to see more. So with these backs, nobody jumps off the screen to me. They really don't. But as far as the defensive line in this draft, it's silly. All right. Then we jump to the Cowboys' original pick, 58. I have them getting Charles Omenihu. Now, this guy, this is the pick because of what he can do. His motor is silly. I texted my buddy Joe Rod yesterday, and I was like, yo, this kid from Texas is amazing. He flies all over the field, but he plays the run so well. He still could learn a lot, all right? That's why he's a second, third round slotted player. But him, Draymond Jones, I think those are the type DTs, DNs, type combinations that the Cowboys will want to look at. And then at the back end of the second round, I have Kansas City taking Garrett Bradbury. That would be an absolute steal if they can get him at center, come in, kind of shore up that offensive line, help Pat Mahomes out. So this is my 2-round mock draft. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's a lot of talking, so if I made some mistakes or if I sounded a little who cares? All right, thank you guys for going with me. It's your boy Foots the King. Remember to like, share, subscribe. I'm going to be probably going over this mock draft on a couple different channels. I know me and Joe Rod will talk about it. So you guys enjoy. I got the full mock in the description box. It's been on the screen. You guys let me know what you guys think. Peace.